Hello and welcome to another video on the channel. In this one, we're gonna look at another tool that I really like to use pretty much every time I'm in a shop. My little shop where I do a lot of woodworking, or better said, repair of wooden items like furniture, which is my hobby. In spare time, I do love trying to fix, better said, than actually fixing stuff. And when I get old furniture that's pretty old and broken down, I usually like to, just dismantle the rotten parts usually and replace with some new planks, wooden planks, refresh wood. And this is pretty much indispensable tool, something that you just have to have in your shop. Just it's a chisel, just a very handy tool to have. This one is 12 millimeters, but it's at here. As you can see, there's 12 millimeters edged, actually just stamped, not edged, into this blade. And this is one of the thinnest ones that I have. I even have a thinner one, but that's probably more like a spike than actual chisel. I'd say this is a chisel, the smallest one. As you can see, it does have metal part where it can impact with your hammer. Very nice build quality, very nice handle here, very grippy handle. Very important for me when I try to pry stuff to not slip my hand. If it's just a blade, I see people use a lot of pry bars. I don't like them particularly because just the the way you get close there. I think having the longer handle gives you a lot of leverage, so it's pretty much effortless. If it's not effortless, you're probably doing it wrong, the prying part. And I tried with so many tools, with a lot of pliers, usually screwdrivers and stuff like that. And when I tried chisels, I realized this is much easier, much more convenient way to separate the wood one from another, or just to use it as its pry features for a lot of applications. Sometimes open plastics, like I did repair on my car. There was plastic cover for relays and stuff, so I did use this one to open the box. But anyway, very usable tool. You would not believe how useful this thing is, and versatile. There's a lot of applications. Like, you can use this to cut, like as a knife, especially if you sharpen this end edge, or even side edge. You can even sharper and cut stuff. But the most used for me is a pry feature. Also, if there's a nail stuck, I just try to not to damage wood too much, but try to get a nail from, embedded nail a little bit out, so I can just pull it out. So very useful for that. I don't see any other tool to be able to just to reach to the nail head, just to dig it out from wood. If you cannot, pound the nail from the other side, just from the bottom. If you only option is to just dig it out, this is probably the only tool that I have that will do the job. Not even the a lot of hammers that are designed to pull out nails can reach that much. Not even thin screwdrivers will reach that embedded nail or screw. But screw, if it's not damaged CAD, you can just, unscrew. It doesn't matter how much it's dug into. But a nail is tricky. You cannot just pull it out unless you just kind of dig it out. from the side and just have a little bit of space for leverage to use this chisel or any other tool. Overall, I think this is one of the most used tools for me, at least. I do use a lot of times as something to cut, like if there's a wood and if I have a board and there's a line like short wood, I usually dig a little bit line so I can use like a handsaw to not to so the handsaw can go straight, not jump around. Usually for the beginning cut, so I do use like a few. I make a line with this tip, so that's one of the purposes I use this thing. And the thing about pry tools, there are a lot of them on the market, just pretty much shorter than, it's pretty much like this blade. The problem is it's more like something for very niche stuff. A lot of them, I don't know what they're designed for exactly, but I don't see a lot of useful uh, usefulness out of those in comparison to this thing. This is much more useful. One other thing is, if you cannot break a tool, probably this is my metric. If I cannot break a tool, then I'm probably gonna prefer it over something that I can force to break. And especially when you're prying things, you want a tool to be stronger than you. That's one thing I learned when trying to open a lot of things. And the thing is, I do use this thing. I do use this chisel, and you don't see any marks of usage, right? And the thing is, I don't use any other tool. Sometimes when I had like a screwdriver, I put like a wrench or something like that, like pliers, trying to add some leverage, some more momentum into into action. Here you don't have to. You have a lot of force you can apply on a very tippy top. You can see the angle here. It's not even, this blade is being used, but I don't see a lot of traces. Although this is not the best steel there is, pretty much average steel. I've seen worse, but for a lot of cases this thing doesn't matter. Only thing, the most important thing is the strength of it, because you put a lot of force, and this one is strong enough. Strong enough is good enough for prying things up. One thing that you can use chisels is if you put like measuring edges here, like meters, centimeters, you can just quickly measure depth. Just use as a depth gauge. But I don't have it here. It's actually very rare to use that. Usually there's some pry bars that have that, but you can just have a sticker with centimeters, and you can use this as a ruler. Pretty straight edge here, so you can make a lot out of this tool. You can even cut. These are not expensive, especially if you buy individual ones. I would recommend 12 millimeters if you are looking. Usually there are like 18 and 12 millimeters. These thinner ones. There are even thicker ones, but I like these 12 millimeters, and it works really well. You can cut it off and use it as a pry tool as a EDC carry or everyday carry. Just make like a keychain thing, and steel is pretty strong, so it will. You can make a lot of cases for this thing, or when you cut this, you can even use this handle, sharpen it a little bit, and you can use it to start start to cut or start for fastening on wood, stuff like that. You can make a little dimple or a little hole so you can start your screws. And also on some metal, although this metal is a little harder, but it's not that hardened. It is harder, but not that much for that. But for wood, it will do, right? That's like if you want to make a tool out of this tool. For me, I don't really care about that. I do have a lot of EDC tools already for as pry bars, and I don't use them. I don't use EDC pry bars. I always jump to this because it's something you can even store in your everyday carry toolbox. Because the thing about tools for EDC, there's a reason why tools are this size. If you wanna really do something on the go, you're probably gonna need stuff like this rather than small stuff. That's just my opinion, my experience. Definitely a recommendation if you wanna pick a tool to have in your shop, like always available, to know where you have it and where it is. This is one to add on your list. Definitely usable thing. I love it. Anyway, I'm just showing you this tool. Hope you like this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.